Alrighty guys, so today we're going to be covering how to integrate your web camera, your computer, and a green screen into Streamlabs OBS to look something like this over here. I have a PowerPoint presentation pulled up, I have my webcam and mic active, and I can scroll through the slides of the PowerPoint presentation, which looks super clean, professional. So let's cover how we're going to do that. First, let's get with some prerequisites. Obviously, I have my microphone here plugged into my computer. I have my webcam plugged in, and I have my green screen set up behind me. So let's jump into how we would set this up starting from scratch. Alrighty, so what I showed you guys there, when you first start up OBS, you're not going to have any of these sources down here, and you're just going to have a blank scene. So there's going to be no microphone or anything attached to it other than your desktop audio. So what I have done is I have created a preset number of settings. All of these sources here, the Chroma Key for the green screen in the background, all of that stuff is done. So that will be in a Google Drive link down below the video. So you can download that, and then you're going to go to Scene Collection up here. You're going to go ahead, go to Import, and then you click these three little dots here to browse. And then wherever you downloaded it, in this case I have it in my quick access, but you could go to downloads, which would be most likely where it is stored. You can go ahead and click that and click open, and I already imported it. I don't want to do it again, but you could just click import. Make sure that this is checked right here. So once that's done, most likely you're not going to have any of these working. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to double click on each one of these, and the properties for each one is going to come up. You want to select your microphone here. So in the event that you're just using your webcam and just using the mic on the webcam, you want to go ahead and select your webcam here. So it'll say microphone H, mine says, mine's the C920, so it'll say microphone webcam C920. You want to click that. If you have a headset, it'll show up here as well. And so that's done. Then you'll want to come down to your webcam, double click this one as well. And as you can see here, it kind of zooms in on me. You want to go ahead and select your webcam. A few other settings in here I do want to note. You can click on configure video. Okay, and you can configure how the video looks, white balance, gain, everything. And then for the camera control, you can also control the amount of zoom, and the focus, exposure, everything, and the pan and tilt of your camera, which is awesome. So let's see here. The last thing we're going to cover here is the display capture. So obviously, because I'm trying to record OBS, I have it set up to capture this screen. Once you get you're going to select your display. I have two displays, so I selected this one. And then it's going to start capturing your display. And then now I'm just going to drag this window out of the way here. So once again, we get to what we saw at the title screen, which was our voice video on a green screen integrated into the desktop. Now I do want to cover the Chroma Key settings real quick. This is a more advanced setting, but if you're having issues with your green screen looking fuzzy due to lack of light or any other situation, then let's go ahead and cover that real quick. So I'm going to go to webcam and click on webcam, right click and click filters. Right? Then you're going to see under effects filters, you're going to see Chroma Key set up. So right now I have on the Chroma Key, I have it set to green. If I go ahead and remove the Chroma Key, you can see the green screen behind me here. And there's a little gap on this side. I could just adjust that. You want to make sure that your entire window, oh great, now there's a gap on. You want to make sure that your entire window is covered with that green background, or else you'll get what's called tearing, which is you'll see bits of the background on either side of the video. Once you get that set up, then you can come in here and you can change the opacity, the contrast, the brightness, or the gamma of your settings here. So normally the settings that I have seem to work pretty well as long as you're in a well-lit environment. So those are the ones I'm sticking with. So I went ahead and activated it again, and we can see what happens when we move some of these. Right, so I moved the similarity, and now if I play with it just a little bit, I can get that background looking like a solid gray, which is what you don't want any fuzziness or anything. Smoothness will be like how smooth the lines are between you, you and the background. The key color spill reduction, that determines like how saturated you look. You got your opacity here, which controls how opaque you are in the image. You contrast, brightness. So if you're in not quite so well lit of a room, you can play with the setting here. And then we have the gamma. So that's pretty much it. So I normally just set it to default and then play with the similarity until I get it right. Normally about 440. And that's it. So to start recording, you're going to hit this button right here, which I'm already recording. So you can just go ahead and start recording here. And then there are some OBS settings and stuff you can play around with, but for the most part, this should be everything you need. To verify if your audio is recording, if you go down here to microphone, you should see this little bar moving a lot, which it is, which is great. Desktop audio is also enabled by default, so if you want to have some music playing in the background, that would work as well, and you can mute or unmute this by clicking on the microphone or the speaker icon right here. You can also adjust your microphone settings by going to properties right there if you need to change it, or advanced audio properties. One thing I will note is that for my microphone in particular, it is a mono, I mean, it's a stereo microphone. I want it to be mono. So I went ahead and checked this box right here. And then when I record, it takes the one and pans it out evenly across both speakers. So it's not only in one person's ear, but that's already configured. You don't need to do anything to that by default. It's all ready to go. So I think that's everything. If you have any questions, be sure to post them in the comment section below. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys.